Hey, Keenan Bishop from DistinctStrength.com, and in today's video we're going to talk about how you can get a successful workout in early in the morning. See, I get asked the question all the time, how do you wake up so early and get a good lift in? The biggest reason why I work out early in the morning is because there aren't any excuses. It's so easy to come home at the end of the day and make any excuse on why you can't work out. Maybe you're just really exhausted from the long day of work you had. Maybe you got to pick the kids up. You got to cook the kids dinner. You got to do homework. There is just endless combination of things that can stop you from getting a good workout in at the end of the day. Well, if you start early in the morning, the only excuse you have for not getting your butt up out of bed is yourself. So, in this video, I'm going to share with you my top 5 tips on waking up in the morning and getting a good workout in. So, let's get into it. All right, so step number 1, go to bed at a decent time. And this one may seem a little bit too obvious, but I'm serious about this one. If you don't go to bed at a decent time, you're gonna wake up, if you wake up at all, groggy, tired, you're not gonna wanna work out, and if you do work out, you may not have a very good workout. And on top of that, you really only grow, repair yourself, and get stronger when you sleep or rest, and the best way to rest is to sleep. So by skipping out on sleep or going to bed a little bit too late, staying up and watching too much Netflix, staying on your phone, you're not only gonna wake up tired, but you're also not gonna get the full benefit of the strength training that you put in yesterday or even today. And I can already hear the excuses rolling in. Well, I have kids, or I'm not tired at that time, or this is just the only time I have to relax. Well, look, if you're watching me right now, then you wanna work out in the morning, you understand the importance of working out, and at some point, the excuses have to stop. Maybe you tire your kids out in some sort of activity, and to be honest, they shouldn't be up running around at 10:30 at night anyway. And if you can't go to sleep, melatonin is a great product, which I use personally to help reset my cycle of sleep and help me fall asleep a little bit faster. So there's so many excuses that you can make, but at the end of the day, it's up to you to figure out what you gotta do to get in the gym and get a good workout. All right, tip number 2. Give yourself some time to wake up in the morning. Now, this may seem a little obvious, but giving yourself another 20 or 30 minutes after you get out of bed really makes a world of difference when it's time to hit the gym. So there are really 2 big reasons why. So when you wake up first thing in the morning, your body's naturally a little dehydrated. So on top of all the reasons why you shouldn't work out dehydrated, especially first thing in the morning, your joints need that lubrication from the water in your system to help warm up. This is why you see people yawn and stretch first thing in the morning. That's you getting some fluid into your joints and getting up and moving a little bit. So that 20 to 30 minutes in the morning of just you, maybe you're reading, maybe you're getting ready for the day, packing your bags or whatever, is really gonna make a big difference when it's come time to work out. And the second thing is your central nervous system is really, it's not awake yet. I mean, you peak really at about 2 or 3 in the afternoon as far as your central nervous system is concerned. So that's involved with lifting heavy weights or just moving around in general. So, a big tip to help boost this up is caffeine if you can tolerate it. So caffeine will speed up the process, wake you up, get that central nervous system ready to lift some heavy weights. So for me personally, when I wake up first thing in the morning, I sit down, I get a cup of coffee, and I usually start by studying in the morning or getting ready for the day, and this is just a part of my routine every morning. 20, 30 minutes, a cup of coffee, and studying or reading or whatever I gotta do to get ready, and then I'm hitting the weights. So some individuals, first thing in the morning, they have low blood sugar or low blood pressure, so it's important that, especially also being dehydrated, that you drink, I say, 2 glasses of water as soon as you wake up. So it's gonna rehydrate you, it's gonna help increase your blood pressure a little bit. And then as far as the blood sugar is concerned, if you're the type of person who maybe you feel lightheaded or nauseous or you just don't feel right when you're working out first thing in the morning, maybe try some simple sugars first thing to give your body some energy to burn off during the workout. So I recommend fruit. My favorites would be grapes. Fruit juices are good, orange juice, apple juice. Gatorade does the trick. You also get some salt, so that'll help with the blood pressure as well. So these are things that you can try in the morning to help really give you a good chance for a good workout. All right, tip number 3, you wanna have an adequate warm-up. So this kind of ties in with step number 2 that I just gave you. You're not gonna roll out of bed and put 400 pounds in the bar and get a nice squat in. And if you're the type of person who can roll out of bed and squat 400 pounds, 500 pounds, and good for you, but your body is not thanking you for it. Your knees are creaky and achy, your hips are gonna hurt, your back's gonna hurt, it's not gonna feel good. But it doesn't mean that you have to spend 10-15 minutes on the treadmill either. So what this looks like in real life is after you've woken up a little bit, you can do a nice sequence of foam rolling and then some dynamic stretching and some muscle activation. This 5 minutes is really all you need to get the blood flowing, to get the joints lubricated, and to really tell your central nervous system it's time to go. All right, so make sure you get an adequate warm up and you're gonna be on your way to a really good morning workout. Okay, tip number 4, pack accordingly. Now this one is maybe one that might go over your head, but the last thing you wanna do is be up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning trying to make breakfast and lunch for the rest of the day and packing everything up and getting your clothes packed and everything else. That's too much stress. It's not gonna lead to long-term results. You're not gonna keep up with this. So some advice that I have would be to maybe food prep the night before, or if you're really a go-getter, on the weekend, you can pack all of your lunch and breakfasts for the week, or at least on the days you're gonna work out before you go to work. And also pack your clothes. So you're gonna wanna make sure that you have a list that you need to run down to make sure you have everything ready for work. It's called work clothes, shower stuff for the gym, towels, snacks and breakfast and lunch and everything you're gonna need throughout the day, your supplies for work. So making sure that you have this already pre-prepared is gonna really even more give you a good chance at getting a good morning workout in. All right, step number 5, relax in the evening. So the whole reason why you woke up early in the first place was that so in the afternoon you had some extra time for yourself, or you had some extra time for your family, or some extra time to study. So use that as the light at the end of the tunnel. That's gonna be motivation for you at the end of the day, knowing that you've gotten the workout done, you've already done the hardest part of the day. You don't have to worry about going to the gym after you just spent all day at the office or all day doing whatever you do for work. Now you can come home, at least give yourself an hour to relax, cool down, watch a Netflix, chill on your phone. This is your cheese, all right? If you know, right at the maze, this is your cheese at the end. It's your prize. So keep that in mind. The light at the end of the tunnel is always a good motivation and a why for what you're doing, because it's not always going to be fun. You're not always going to want to get up in the morning, but knowing why you're doing it is going to make the biggest difference. So thanks for sticking around. I really appreciate you guys. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe down below. I'm going to keep updating you guys with more videos. If you have any topics that you want to see covered, then go ahead and leave a comment below, and I'll try to get on that as soon as possible. See you guys next time.